Hello, curious minds. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of plants. Today, we are diving deep into phloem, the incredible tissue responsible for feeding the entire plant, from its leaves to its roots. We'll explore its amazing components, sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Get ready to uncover the secrets of how plants distribute their food, starting from the basics and moving all the way to advanced concepts. Let's begin our four-level adventure. Ready for a quick peek into how plants move their food around? Let's simplify the amazing process of phloem. Imagine plants as busy factories. Just like factories need a delivery system, plants have phloem. Phloem is a special type of plant tissue. Its main job is to transport the food, mostly sugars, that leaves make during photosynthesis, to all other parts of the plant. Think of it as the plant's very own food delivery network, ensuring every part gets the energy it needs to grow, flower, and produce fruits. It's truly essential for the plant's survival. Now, let's meet the team players in this food delivery system. Phloem isn't just one type of cell, it's a mix of four. First, we have sieve tubes. These are like the main pipelines carrying the food. Next, companion cells are their helpful neighbors, supporting the sieve tubes. Then there's phloem parenchyma, which are like storage units, keeping extra food safe. And finally, phloem fibers are the strong, protective walls, giving the whole system strength. Together, they make sure food reaches everywhere. Time to test your understanding. What is the primary function of phloem in plants? Which part of the phloem helps in storing food materials? And can you name the long, tube-like cells in phloem that transport food? Think about what we just learned. Let's dig a little deeper now. How do these phloem components work together, and what makes each one so special? Phloem isn't just a simple tube, it's a complex, living tissue, absolutely vital for vascular plants. Its main role is called translocation, moving organic nutrients like sugars from where they're made, usually the leaves, to where they're needed, like roots or growing points. Unlike xylem, which only moves water up, phloem can move food in any direction a plant needs, making it a flexible and essential part of the plant's life support system. The main conductors of food are sieve tubes. These are long, living cells connected end-to-end, forming continuous pipelines. Interestingly, mature sieve tubes lack a nucleus, making them highly specialized for transport. Their end walls have tiny pores, called sieve plates, allowing the sugary sap to flow smoothly from one cell to the next. Right next to them are companion cells, small, active cells with a nucleus and lots of energy. They're like the control centers, helping the sieve tubes load and unload sugars, as the sieve tubes themselves can't do this work alone. Completing the phloem team are phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Phloem parenchyma cells are living storage units, holding on to food reserves like starch and fats, and also helping with side-to-side transport of substances. Then we have phloem fibers, which are strong, thick-walled cells that provide essential mechanical support and protection to the delicate phloem tissue. They're like the scaffolding that keeps the whole structure strong. All these components work together in a coordinated dance to ensure that every part of the plant gets the nourishment it needs. Let's check your knowledge at the medium level. What is translocation in plants? Why do mature sieve tube elements lack a nucleus? How are companion cells connected to sieve tube elements, and what is the role of phloem parenchyma? Finally, what is the primary function of phloem fibers? Take your time to recall the details. Ready to analyze phloem's intricate workings? Let's connect its structure to its vital role in plant life. Phloem is a truly complex and dynamic tissue. Its components, the sieve tube elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers, are all highly specialized. Sieve tube elements, though living, are anucleate and rely on P protein for wound sealing and callose for regulating flow. Companion cells, with their dense cytoplasm and numerous mitochondria, act as metabolic powerhouses, actively loading and unloading sugars. Phloem parenchyma store vital nutrients and aid lateral transport, while the lignified phloem fibers provide robust mechanical strength. This intricate cellular organization ensures efficient and protected long-distance nutrient distribution throughout the plant. The mechanism of phloem transport is best explained by the pressure flow hypothesis. At the source, like a leaf, companion cells actively load sugars into sieve tubes, increasing solute concentration. This draws water from the xylem into the sieve tubes by osmosis, building up turgor pressure. This pressure drives the bulk flow of sugary sap towards sink regions, such as roots or fruits. At the sink, sugars are actively unloaded, reducing solute concentration, causing water to move out and maintaining the crucial pressure gradient. This elegant system ensures a continuous, directed flow of nutrients. The evolution of phloem was a game-changer for plants, allowing them to grow larger and conquer land environments more effectively. Efficient transport of food meant plants could develop extensive root systems to anchor and absorb water, and large leaves for photosynthesis, without being limited by local resource availability. This complex tissue is also fundamentally different from xylem. While xylem transports water passively upwards using dead cells, phloem actively transports food bidirectionally using living cells, requiring metabolic energy for loading and unloading. These distinctions highlight their complementary yet specialized roles in plant survival. Let's challenge your analytical skills. Explain the significance of pea protein in sieve tube elements. Describe the role of companion cells in the pressure flow hypothesis. How do phloem parenchyma cells contribute to the overall function of phloem? Differentiate between the primary functions of phloem fibers and xylem fibers. What is the main difference in the direction of transport between phloem and xylem? Why is phloem considered a living tissue, unlike xylem? And finally, discuss the evolutionary advantage provided by the development of phloem in plants. Alright, future botanists. Prepare for the ultimate deep dive. We are about to explore phloem with competitive insights and advanced biological concepts. Phloem's role extends far beyond simple transport. It's a sophisticated network regulating resource allocation, signaling, and defense. The ultrastructure of sieve tube elements reveals dynamic adaptations. Pea protein, existing in various forms, rapidly plugs sieve plate pores upon injury, preventing sap loss, while callose, a beta-1,3-glucan, can be quickly synthesized or degraded to regulate flow in response to stress or senescence. The extreme reduction of organelles in mature STEs minimizes cytoplasmic resistance, optimizing sap flow, a specialization only possible due to the intimate metabolic support provided by companion cells. Companion cells are not monolithic, and their types reflect diverse phloem loading strategies. Ordinary companion cells facilitate symplastic loading via numerous plasmodesmata. Transfer cells, with their characteristic wall invaginations, dramatically increase surface area for efficient apoplastic loading, actively pumping sugars from the cell wall space. Intermediary cells, specific to some species, employ polymer trapping, converting sucrose into larger oligosaccharides to maintain a symplastic concentration gradient. This cellular diversity underscores the metabolic complexity required to orchestrate the loading of photosynthetes into the sieve tubes, a crucial energy-dependent step in long-distance transport. Phloem parenchyma cells, PPCs, are more than just storage units. They form the living matrix, contributing to short-distance transport, maintaining turgor, and potentially acting as signaling hubs. Phloem fibers, or bast fibers, provide critical mechanical strength, preventing the collapse of sieve tubes and protecting the tissue. These lignified, dead sclerenchymatous cells are economically vital, harvested from plants like jute and flax for textiles. Their presence and lignification vary significantly, reflecting diverse structural demands across species. Finally, phloem's architecture differs across plant groups. Gymnosperms possess less efficient sieve cells and albuminous cells, while angiosperms utilize the highly evolved sieve tube element companion cell complex, showcasing an evolutionary progression towards more efficient nutrient distribution. The regulation of phloem transport is a finely tuned process dictated by sourcing dynamics. The relative metabolic activity and demand of different plant organs determine the direction and magnitude of sap flow. Hormonal signals, such as auxins and cytokinins, intricately modulate phloem loading, unloading, and the overall strength of source and sink tissues, thereby controlling resource allocation. This sophisticated interplay ensures that resources are distributed optimally for growth, development, and stress responses. Understanding these regulatory mechanisms is key to improving crop yield and plant resilience in agriculture and biotechnology, highlighting phloem's profound legacy in plant biology. Now for the ultimate challenge. Explain the functional significance of callose deposition and degradation in sieve plate pores. Differentiate between symplastic and apoplastic phloem loading mechanisms, citing the specific companion cell types involved. Discuss the role of P protein in wound response and its implications for phloem integrity. How do plant hormones influence source-sink relationships in phloem transport? And compare and contrast the conducting elements of phloem in angiosperms versus gymnosperms. More questions to deepen your understanding. Describe the ultrastructural adaptations of sieve tube elements that facilitate efficient long-distance transport despite their anucleate state. Beyond storage, what are some additional roles of phloem parenchyma cells in the overall functioning of phloem? Explain how the polymer trapping mechanism works in intermediary cells to maintain a concentration gradient for symplastic loading. Discuss the economic importance of phloem fibers and their structural characteristics. Finally, analyze how environmental factors like drought or temperature extremes might impact phloem transport and the plant's overall resource allocation strategies. And that brings us to the end of our fascinating journey through the phloem. From understanding its basic components to exploring its advanced regulatory mechanisms, you've gained a comprehensive insight into how plants feed themselves. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember, the world of biology is full of wonders waiting to be discovered. For more such engaging and in-depth educational content, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting lessons. Stay curious, and see you next time.